everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to more Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Every time I go to say the title of this game, I go to say a completely different Sherlock Holmes game. Chapter 1, I mean, to be fair, Chapter 1 is a rubbish title. Like, Chapter 1, what does that mean? Be a bit more creative with your titles. But anyway, I apologise in advance. My eyes, something has triggered my allergies this morning. My eyes are on fire. In the words of Blue. Gosh, who sang that song? It's the one that's in Twilight. It's called Eyes on Fire. Anyway, point is, my eyes are burning. So if I randomly I'm like, while I'm playing this game, it's because my eyes hurt. Okay, so yeah, last time we were doing the Muse from Abroad, the main story, and we went to some guy's flat, a painter, and he had been murdered, and we took this drawing of a pregnant girl that John drew the picture because we didn't want to take the photo because it was horrific, basically. So John was like, hey, I'll just draw a picture and we can work from that. So I guess now, I think, yeah, we want to ask around and see if we can find out who this girl is. Maybe this bong seller knows. Are those bongs? Jugs? Jug seller? My mind is in the gutter. Anyway.
May I ask for your assistance?
There is no amount of money that would make me talk.
Can't even hear it, don't have the sound up.
Could you help me?
No one listens to us, so why should I listen to you, oof bird?
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
What do we think? Dead man walking. I made that joke last time. What do we think? What do I want to dress as? Have I still got my Ottoman woman outfit? I do not have my Ottoman woman outfit. I was going to say that might work, because then maybe they would talk to me. Will they talk to the police? I was thinking maybe these women might know, since they're women.
Could you help me?
I'm afraid to provoke you, so I'll say nothing.
Have an Ottoman outfit?
May I ask for your assistance?
Oh, my poor friend. I wish I knew.
Oh, I am
Okay.
bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Who can I ask about this? Because there she was like, you know, she wouldn't talk to me, but then she did talk to me, but she doesn't know the answer.
Could you help me?
That's new to me. There is nothing I can tell you.
I'm trying to think, what do we know? What do we know? Like someone in a red suit with a tail. Just, who would know this woman? Vogel know? Probably not. Who am I supposed to ask? I still have my walkthrough up from yesterday. I just can't think. I can't think of who would know this lady. Because we don't really know anything about her. I can't think. You need to wear your worker's apron? Oh, okay. It says look for women that are dressed in the same kind of style as her. Why a worker's apron? I should still have it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, see, they're not... I mean, I could try hard, but I don't think she'll talk to me.
Excuse me, just one question.
I don't know about that.
No.
But people here should know more.
We need to look for a woman. Because it said she's in tribal dress, right? Pregnant woman with tribal scars on her face. So I need to look for like women that have tribal look about them. There's just a random goat in the park. Are you a tribal woman? You don't really look like one. Do
Are
you know
you
anything?
able to help me?
Or someone else. I have
Oh,
no
for
information.
See if John starts sassing me again, I'm gonna lose my mind. What are these two up to?
Is this familiar to you?
Oh, I've heard talk.
Oh, finally. The scars on the girl's face seem to be from Yu's ethnic group tribe. The only place where you can find Yu's people in Cordona is the refugee camp located under Victoria Bridge between Scaladio and Silverton. Okay. So we want to go to... Just close that again. Victoria Bridge. Aha. Okay, cool. And there's a fast travel point right next to it, so that's always handy. Handy, handy, handy. We love to see it. How do I get... it said under the bridge, right? How do I get under the bridge? That's the Drinking Dutchman. Ah, right, down there, I see it, okay. How do we get down there, is the question. Sorry. Oh, does this take me down there? Well, it's stairs at least, so it's a star. That seems to be the harbour. I think that's gonna help me much. Maybe on the other side? Teeth and gum sets. Oh, maybe down here?
Beasts!
What? Oh. A crime scene. Okay. Is that dude again? The one from the police station that we kept talking to? The one that got made a sergeant?
They're completely livid.
First they come to our land, then they murder our people.
Drop them all into the sea!
Okay.
Sir, this place is off limits to the public. Please state your business or leave, or I shall request that the police escort you out.
I mean, you're not dressed like you're from City Hall, sir.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm a private investigator. I'm looking for a witness for a case.
A private investigator? Really? Even so, you're not authorised. I can't let you in.
And you are?
I'm Ronald Harlow, here to handle the refugee situation on behalf of City Hall. I'm the acting supervisor here, so I have full authority here to ask you to leave, or I shall order the police to detain you for trying to pass the blockade. Please, step back.
Do we think he's lying? Pale, bags under eyes, works indoor, poor lighting. Probably does work in City Hall then. I once worked in a City Hall, if you like, and yeah, poor lighting is definitely the name of the game in there. Tries to appear older. Overdressed, wants to look authoritative. Sweating, stressed. Damp palms. Her palms are sweating, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. Clean shoes, sedentary. Ronald Harlow is a depressed young clerk, exhausted by his day-to-day job. City Hall has assigned him to oversee the refugee camp, but he is too tired and indifferent to solve the problems that arise. He has a scant moustache, which he thinks makes him look older. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he is tired of his dark, cramped office, which he rarely leaves, yet judging by his clean and barely worn shoes, he does not favour the outdoors in any case. Sweaty palms suggest that Ronald is stressed. He might have worn fewer clothes considering today's weather. Or He's not very happy with such responsibility, but he always does things by the book and executes all tasks he's given. However, he lacks the experience to deal with problems outside his writing desk. He's attempting to look older than his years by growing a scant mustache. Pale skin and bags under his eyes suggest he works in a poorly lit office which he rarely leaves. Judging by his clean and rarely worn shoes, he craves to look authoritative by wearing smart clothes, but his look is out of place considering Cardona's weather. Sweaty palms suggest that Rollins is extremely stressed by being outside his comfort zone. I feel like both of those are basically the same thing. Like, in any case, either way, he's tired of his job, he's wearing the wrong outfit, and he never leaves the office. They basically say the same thing. The only difference is whether he, like, actually puts effort into his job, or whether he's too tired to care. I'm gonna say dazed formalist, but I think they are basically the same thing.
It's mere assumption. I assure you that the situation is under the police's control.
I know you want to deal with this in the right way. You are obviously a professional and a responsible person, but you clearly have never handled a situation like this before.
I am handling it, Mr. Holmes. Don't question my capability here.
And tell me how you do it. You can't even calm this gathered crowd, and as for the police, they're not quite managing it either, are they? You consider yourself a problem solver, but until today, you've been solving problems sitting at your desk in a dark corner of a city hall room. Here, you need a more practical approach.
What are you driving at, Mr. Holmes?
I can help you to handle the situation if you're truly interested in solving things quickly and quietly.
And how exactly would you manage that?
Simply tell the police that I'm with City Hall and I'm permitted to investigate the scene. I'll work out the rest, but in return I need your help finding my witness. She's a young refugee. She's with child or was with child recently.
Look, there is indeed a dead body inside the camp. So even if the girl you are looking for is there, all the refugees are now being detained and interrogated by the police. They won't allow you to speak with her, and I can't do anything about that until the situation settles down.
So it's in our mutual interest to settle it.
Oh. I suppose that things are bad enough that I ought not shy away from help. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell the police to allow you to come inside. Just tell me when you're ready.
Mr. Harlow, how did the refugees end up here exactly?
Oh. So you're not from around here yourself?
I've been away for some time, but I read the papers.
Yes, this whole story has been in the papers for almost a year now. They were smuggled to Cordona on a ship from Africa.
Smuggled? Then why didn't you deport them?
I love
The
squirrels.
smugglers managed to sneak them to shore and hide them inside an abandoned warehouse. When the police raided the warehouse and found the refugees there, the ship
Don't even
was
know what
already
he's talking
gone.
about now.
We aren't even certain as to which ship it was. We have busy shipping routes with other colonies these days, you see.
So you decided to lock them up under a bridge?
There was no other option. We're still trying to work out what to do with them. I only hope we'll find a humane solution and not put them on a raft and float them out to sea.
Topical.
Mr. Harlow, what exactly do you do here? What are your responsibilities?
What I do and what I am responsible for are two different realities, Mr. Holmes. On paper, I am in charge of the camp territory, security, provision, and the refugees in general. What I actually do most of the time is knock on every City Hall door trying to obtain some funding, or at least rations for the camp.
Are the police here on City Hall's behalf too?
They are, minus those who came here after the body was found. The governor won't let the refugees disperse into the island, so there's a significant police presence guarding the camp. Naturally, they answer directly to the police. I have some influence here, but I'm not their direct authority.
I'm ready to take a look at the scene.
All right. Go inside the camp and find Inspector Tewksbury. He's the officer
Tewksbury.
investigating the scene.
It's the most English
Tell him
name I've
I
ever
sent
heard,
you.
all of it.
Say you're an independent expert from City Hall. He'll fill in the details for you.
I'll
The
find
guy
my
at the
way
door
with
though
words.
looks
Thank
like
you,
the
Mr.
guy that works at the police station that we already know. If we walk up to him, he's just gonna be like, "Yo, Sherlock, what's up?"
Who isn't allowed to visit the crime scene these days?
He's got a different voice, so he must not be the same guy, but he certainly looks like the same guy. Okay, so we have a character portrait now of Mr. Harlow, and it says a dead body was found inside the camp, and the police suspect refugees of murder. I promise to find out what happened. In exchange, Harlow will help me find the abused refugee woman.
So they keep these refugees under a bridge like proverbial trolls. No wonder the people outside are so disturbed.
He looks so out of place. His outfit is so bright. Look at all the chickens. Are you Mr. Tewksbury?
How did you get in here?
Mr. Ronald Harlow let me in, sir. I'm Sherlock Holmes, a surveyor of refugee affairs with City Hall.
Should probably be wearing a better
You're
outfit for that.
Inspector Tewkesbury, I presume?
A surveyor? What does that even mean?
In short, I've been sent to conduct an extensive report on the incident for the Colonial Office and to assess all the damage inflicted on state property.
Got it. Another paperworm sent to count money and get food for archive mold. Go on, look around, but don't make yourself too at home. As if I didn't have enough problems before you appeared.
Could you first tell me what happened here?
What happened? People from the bridge above the camp heard a woman screaming and saw a mass of refugees attacking a man. Clearly not a refugee. When the camp guards came by, the man was floating in the sewage canal with a knife in his chest. Bam. A murder. Big news for Cordona.
I'm sure. Thank you, Inspector. And none of the refugees were harmed?
One fellow was cut. He's lying over there near their kitchen. He's in a bad way.
You mentioned a woman screaming who attracted
John
the
just
bypassers
standing
on the
there,
bridge. Was she harmed?
looking ridiculously
No,
out of
she's all
place.
right, but perhaps the whole debacle started because of her. She started wailing and the refugees stood up for the girl.
And where is this young woman now?
Back there in the shacks, same as the rest of the refugees. She's been questioned by my men, but she's just some refugee girl. Can't understand much English.
Did you learn anything about the dead man?
The fellow looks like a thug. I've had dozens like him fished out of the sea over the past 20 years. Ever since these refugees arrived, there have been people on Cordona with bad blood in them. My best bet is that this thug had something against them too.
And no clue as to his identity?
He had some items on his body, but nothing to indicate who he was or where he was from.
I think I should catalogue his possessions in my records.
Go on. They're on the table near the body.
Do you have any suspects yet?
You're joking, right? I've got a whole camp full of suspects. And if you ask me, this bloke had it coming. Better bury him and forget about the whole thing. And now there's a crowd gathered at the camp, and my superiors say we must thoroughly interrogate the refugees. At least those who can understand any English.
Do you believe that your superiors wish to get rid of the refugees?
I think that both our superiors would rather keep the story quiet.
Whack my table with my
Since
phone.
that's an unaffordable luxury now, they're looking how to protect their public image. That's why I have to waste my time waiting for my people to turn every stone and befriend every refugee.
Okay, that was a lot of information. Let's just go over what we just learned. A man's body was found in the camp. According to Inspector Tewkesbury's version, based on what witnesses say they saw from the bridge, the man was killed by a refugee mob and thrown into the sewage canal. The inspector allowed me to look at the body and possessions and come up with my own version of what happened. The intruder's body was lying in the sewage canal before the police dragged it out. The man had been stabbed in the chest. Okay, so...
What a pleasant man this Mr. Tewkesbury is.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Number of hours on Cordona before stumbling upon another dead body. 0.
So true. So true.
Clearly a
Number
left
9.
handprint here. A furrow in the ground. A blood trail leading to or from the canal. Someone bled profusely here. A fresh crack, as if the crate was hit recently.
John's having a look at something over here. Size 9 police boot.
Police boots. Always happy to trample evidence. A man's footprint. A heavy boot with a worn-out sole.
These events have fractured into so many pieces. But I know you can collect them all, Sherlock.
Ah, these are the possessions, are they?
A simple leather sheath. Perfect for a dirk. Malpal, soaked with salt
Again with the
water.
Malpal.
£1,000. A fair sum, especially considering British currency isn't very common in Cordona.
And in the 1800s, that's like millions. It's like I was watching Hornblower the other day, and it was when he was getting fitted for his lieutenant's outfit, and they say that it's gonna cost like £11 something, and he's like, oh, so they have to like change the buckles on his shoes so that he can afford it. It's like £11. He's like, God, I don't have that kind of money.
Coal dust under the nails. I don't see much coal around here. An interesting tattoo. Does it mean something? A steel dirk. Sharp. A common accessory among sailors and soldiers. I'd say the blade penetrated upward, however the wound is too messy to be certain. Heavy boots, with one sole far more worn than the other.
He was
This
limping.
man was limping, John.
Malpal cigarettes and a
Violent
limpy.
This man, limping. Coal dust. I think we're onto something here, John.
I think we are.
Such a mess.
If they
Let's
find
figure
out
it
about
out.
the passage, everything will go to hell.
They find out about the passage. Find out what the passage is for. None of them seem particularly relevant. But let's try again.
Find out about the passage, everything will go to hell.
Okay. Okay, what's going on at the refugee camp? Police officers are worried that the situation with the dead body will put the camp into strict lockdown and they will lose the money flow they were earning from their
Nobody
scheme.
will know anything if you keep your
Oh,
bloody
okay.
mouth shut.
The coppers smell. Sherry, just look at this. Living quarters in a sewer. What kind of a genius bureaucrat came up with this idea?
So they're using this tunnel to run some kind of scheme?
Such a mess. Let's figure it out.
Are you able to help me?
The law can't help you with that.
Oh, carnelian agate beads, a traditional African adornment. The blood sprayed off the blade after the strike. No hint of blood or impact. It might have been used as an improvised weapon.
You can hear the chickens in the background. You good? Not really.
The cut is deep, potentially serious if not treated immediately. He is in shock, feverish and dehydrated.
Sherry, you know first aid. Surely you have a duty to help this man. You can't leave him to certain death.
Is that a John's challenge? It is. When his chef is deep and bleeding, he's feverish and dehydrated. The man will certainly die of infection if his wound is not treated. Let's see what I can find in the camp. I must concentrate on finding something to clean the wound, something to disinfect it, and something to use as a bandage.
That will kill, not save him.
Oh, well, we don't want to do that now, do we?
It won't do any good. Just washed. Better than nothing to bandage the wound.
Okay, we'll grab that. Can we use this?
I'll use it to create a solution.
Okay, we've got some water. What we got over here? Aloe vera.
I can use this to stop the infection from spreading. I've collated all the ingredients, now to prepare the first aid solution.
How do I do that? Oh, I have to do a chemical analysis. John, I hate you. Like, I do wanna obviously save this man's life. But you're making me do a chemical analysis. Alright, let's see. Well, I don't need any green, which is going to make this slightly difficult. Let's... I only have one of them going into one of them. That's at least -4 and -3. Work though, is it? Oh wait, hang on. Because how do I? No. But then that's. Oh wait, no, that's not right. No, I had it right the first time, because it's this that I need. I need mine. I need -6 of this, not of the other one. Do like but then it's going to come out as -5. Genuinely don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna make -5 and -6. So I need +1, but then if anyone that I left is gonna give me just extra trouble here. I don't have any of them that have 1. this. Can I... Oh wait, that made it worse. There we are. Yay! Oh, thank goodness. I made the solution to clean out the wound and stop the bleeding. Yay! We did it!
This should make you feel better, my friend. Now remain lying down and drink as much water as you can.
Well done, Sherry. At least he won't die from the infection.
Okay, well, we saved a man's life, so that's always good. We'll carry on investigating.
Someone was dragged against their will. You know what? I'd like to understand.
The refugees have been detained and will not
How
leave
did our
until
dead man
all
end
the
up inside the camp in the
circumstances
first
are
place?
clarified.
Like when they all talk at the same time, that's really handy and totally useful. Okay. Wait, John's got another challenge? Sir, calm down. John suggests, right, police officers are worried that the situation's dead body, blah, blah, blah. John suggests we could learn more about the matter by asking around the camp, but we should do this before we leave the camp for good. The place might be put into lockdown again. Okay. And how did the intruder get into the camp? We need to find out how the intruder broke into the camp. What are the options? A boat? Unlikely.
It's unlikely anyone could get in or out of the camp by water without alerting the police guards.
Get a ladder over here. Maybe through the tunnel.
No, it's too short for these walls or cliffs.
Unopened
Sealed
for a
shut.
long time.
I doubt our man could get through these grates.
What other options do we have? Like, through the front door is always an option, surely. Addicted to coffee? Report inspector. Recently had whiskey. Sir, are you drunk on the job? Oh wait, what's that? Oh wait, is that just the... Oh yeah. I saw blue, but it's just the thingy markers. Oh shit, don't fall in the water. Okay, well how did he get in there? 'Cause I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything else to look at. By boat. There's a narrow canal that runs past the camp. The intruder could have come by boat, but there's no boat near the camp and the police guards would have seen him. Climb the wall using a ladder or rope. The wall is sheer and too high for a ladder. If he expected to climb back up, carrying something, a rope would prove difficult. Through the sewers. There is a sewer exit in the camp territory, but it's permanently sealed and cannot be opened without much labour or noise. This thing here is lit up, but it doesn't seem to be anything. Unfriendly. Well, he should be friendly to me. I saved his life. I can't see anything else lit up in blue. Anything Anything else down here? As a knitter. Love that for him. What am I missing? Like, seriously, what am I missing? Kirby Cat works at a desk despising. Everyone's despising today. Alright. Wait. What are we looking at? Oh. Okay.
Roadman cigarettes. A brand highly regarded by law enforcement officers.
And a Malpal.
A single Malpal.
The police let him in!
So there wasn't any sophisticated infiltration plan. The good old police just let the man into the camp. Now we have everything we need to get the full picture of what happened at the camp.
No. Front entrance. It's guarded heavily by the police, but would they simply let him in? There are a lot of cigarette butts at the smoking spot in the main entrance. Most of them have the Roadman's brand, which is popular among Cordona police, but there's also one Malpal butt. Coincidentally or not, a Malpal cigarette butt was also found at Werner Vogel's gallery after the break-in. No! I can't believe the police in Cordona are corrupt. I am shocked. Police in the 19th century being corrupt. Okay, what have we got? Oh, this is going to be a pain in the arse. Okay, someone there was dragged against their will, we know that. We have a lot. We have a lot of thingamajigs. Okay, let's start. Is this the beginning? So... I mean, he landed... By that logic, he landed on his front. Some pushed forwards, maybe? Where's the... Okay. A bloody handprint on a stone near the bridge suggests that the man tried to grab hold of it while falling into the canal. So this way, because he was trying to grab it. And that would make sense because he landed on his front. Okay. This one here. Well, they did say that the box was broken. A trail of blood drops on the ground leads to a wooden bridge over the Suez Canal. By the bridge, there are foot tracks caused by friction. Some crates in the middle of the camp have been toppled and are lying on the ground. One is cracked, as if it had been struck. So, presumably this one, where he's falling through them. Then we've got... a series of footprints in different sizes covers the campground. One of the footprints indicates a worn-out sole. Well, just judging by where the feet prints are, it looks as if it would be this one, because they all seem to be... like, we've got bare feet, and we've got... she's got bare feet, and there's bare feet there, and he's wearing shoes. Yeah. Then that's what here it said about a broken bracelet. So it'd be that one with the broken bracelet. Then we have A straight blood splash on the ground looks as if it was sprayed down from a blade. It's a stick beside it may have been an improvised blunt weapon. And then from the shacks on the far side of the camp, there are evident tracks on the ground as if someone had been dragged forcefully. So here we're looking for someone using a stick as a weapon. Okay, he is using a stick as a weapon. But the question is whether he's holding on to this woman? Or whether she's fighting. But I think that because isn't he dragging her over here? Yeah, well, they didn't walk out together, so presumably he's dragging her and he's still dragging her when he gets to there. Yay!
So we have a thug who came to take a refugee woman with him. She resisted, but he dragged her by force. One of the refugees stood in his way, armed with a stick, yet he could do nothing against a cutthroat with a blade. The man didn't anticipate that the other refugees would intervene and stand against him. In the confusion, the woman managed to break free. The thug took fright and fled. He was stopped by the falling crates. He stumbled and fell, piercing his chest with his own blade.
Oh, yikes.
However, the wound didn't cause instant death. He managed to stand, but still bleeding, he lost his balance on the bridge and fell.
So he wasn't murdered.
Before all of this, the man had freely entered the camp through the main entrance. The police admitted him after they had a short smoke together.
You live
so
by
he
the
wasn't
sword,
murdered.
You die by the sword.
He fell on his own sword.
In our man's case, it's the same sword.
So true. So true. Okay. Can we get to see the refugees yet? Or do we need to...
Back off.
Okay, no, we still can't see the refugees, so I guess we need to talk to Tewkesbury first. And this dude...
Mr. Harlow, your refugees didn't murder anyone.
What? Pray tell me what you've learned.
All right, listen carefully. This might solve one problem for you, but will create a few more.
Oh, well, that's a great start.
The man came to the camp intending to kidnap one of your refugees, a woman. What he didn't expect was that the refugees would stand up to protect the woman. A brawl had broken out. In the chaos of it, the man stumbled over those crates and fell on his own blade.
How do you know he fell on his own blade?
The wound in his chest was inflicted from an unusual angle. It was not an offensive stab, shall we say. The refugees didn't touch him. And judging by the blood at the scene, the intruder managed to raise himself but was unable to walk very far. He ultimately fell into the canal.
But how did he sneak into the camp? Why didn't the police see him?
And this is where your new problems emerge, Mr. Harlow.
Here's the twist.
You're not a dull-witted man. You know what I mean. There is no feasible way to get into the camp without the police guards knowing of it.
The pile of mess I had to sort out has just become bigger, but somehow that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, I thank
Ronald,
you for your
back to his
help, Mr.
office to
Holmes.
deal with this.
I'll take it from here. Meanwhile, I'll make sure the police aren't detaining the refugees any longer.
Yay.
You can go back in and look for your witness.
You think one small clock can make any difference in this place?
Who knows, John? Just one ill-fitting cog could make the whole machine crumble.
Okay, so we have a John's challenge here. So we want to ask the refugees about what's going on at the camp.
You're the one who tended to our man's wounds. I thank you greatly.
Oh yeah, they like me because I
Police
helped
didn't
them.
allow us to help him.
The police will leave you alone now. I've proven to them that the man who came into the camp died due to his own foolishness.
Thank you for standing up for us. But nobody would help us without a reason. You're here because you want something.
Yes, I do. I need to speak with the girl drawn here.
The dead man came for her too. He wanted to take the girl away, but we won't allow her to be hurt again. What do you want from Nayla?
Nayla. She was hurt some time ago. I'm here to find the people who did this and bring them to justice. And to find them, I need Nayla's help. Will you let me speak to her?
Justice. There's no justice on this land. But you helped us, so maybe your words are not empty. You can speak to Nayla. if she wants it. But I will be watching you.
Hello, Naylor?
I feel like I accidentally continued the quest without speaking to the people. I thought that guy would give me help, but I seem to have advanced the story.
I am here to help. I'm trying to find the people involved and bring them to justice, please. There is a photograph, and I'm sorry, it is terrible, but I simply must ask. Where did this happen? What can you tell me about these people? Christ, Sherlock. Naylor, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
You come here for me, but you are rude and cruel and condescending. A cross. The man had this cross. Now go away. Leave us be. I do not need another white man's help.
Fair.
Oh, glad that wasn't me.
Not my best work, John, by a long shot. Naylor doesn't want us meddling. I'm starting to wonder what this all achieves.
But she helped you anyway. Now we know that maniac's face and the cross he wore, we can still catch him.
At least some of your kind have a hat. Thank you again.
Can't ask her.
Excuse me, just one question.
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
According to the refugees, some shady people regularly visit the camp and take refugees away with them to perform various work. The work is usually hard, but the refugees receive money and food. The girl was abused after she was supposedly taken to such work. Since then, the refugees decided not to allow their women to be taken. Fair.
Is that depravity in the photograph one of the workplaces the refugees
Oh God.
And all the while the police look the other way. Ugh,
oh, that's awful. Yeah, I wouldn't be letting my women go either.
Can I ask you a question?
Sorry. We don't see much here.
Okay, I think we know everything. I think I probably want to go and tell the police about what's going on.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
You still here?
Provide evidence.
The guards at the sewers were speaking about taking refugees out of the camp. Do you know anything about this, Inspector?
Less than you do, obviously.
And this doesn't bother you as an officer of the law?
I can neither punish them nor put them on the right track, if that's what you're asking. Maybe your friends at City Hall could do something about it, but I seriously doubt that. To be honest, I'm sick and tired of being frowned on for my uniform. If those fine gentlemen you've eavesdropped on are in some shady business, that's on their heads.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this ring when we find out where the thug came from.
Why is this back on my screen while they're talking?
I've already told you all I've learned.
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scaladio. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo. Just like
a respectable businessman whose staff have a specific tattoo.
Rumors, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now. Or hanged, right?
I don't remember ever being made to get a specific tattoo at any of the places I've worked in the past. Key evidence collected. All evidence collected. Lovely. Okay, so we want to look up something in the archives. And we got our John's do we have 3 John's challenges so far in this one mission? John's at it, man. Right, Mine Palace. Okay, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. So, coal footprints and coal dust under the man's nails. Should suggest he has something to do with the coal industry. The thug also visited Vogel's gallery. The dead man from the refugee camp was the same person who'd broken into Vogel's gallery. Yeah, I kind of established that part. The thug tried to drive the girl away. The thug was armed and defended himself against the refugees, but did not harm the woman. That is true. I don't know if he got much of a chance, though, considering he got stabbed and fell into the sea. The thug wanted to kidnap the girl. The thug came to the camp intending to kidnap a woman. He had the opportunity to kill her, but that wasn't his goal. Did he have that opportunity, though? Did he? Did he? Or did he know that they would all kill him if he tried? Defiler had a peculiar cross. Neela drew a cross-shaped badge on her. She saw on her Defiler's chest. So these two, because it's both about the photograph. No? That alright, okay. Be that way then. Defiler is a high-ranking official. Badges such as these are usually awarded to high-ranking officials. The Defiler from the photograph might be one. Okay, so... we want to look up the tattoo. And we want to look up what kind of official he is. Not many of those visit Cardona, let alone work on the island. And Jon has drawn a little medal on the sketch. So, right, where should we go for those? Check the police archives, or...
Murder! Is this... I just need to collect my thoughts, Sherry.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, isn't it? Okay. So... probably the police archives. God, where the hell... There we go. I'm like, where's the one that I want? Are you? Oh, you're not the guy. Think we ever need to go to the evidence room? I do miss the old police station from the other games, because it's just so familiar. It's like going home. This one's not the same. Okay. Smuggling. We know that there's smuggling involved. He's from Scaladio. Niccolo Bernadotti, questioning summary. Niccolo Bernadotti, born 1834, is a businessman and patron well known in Cardona. The founder and owner of the Bernadotti Company Limited, established 1873, main office, southeastern Scaladio, Bazaar Road, near the crossing with Roman Road. Mr. Bernadotti was brought in for questioning on February 13th, 1876, after a tip-off from one of our anonymous sources. The source provided information that points to Mr. Bernadotti's connection to the smuggling of liquors and items of antique art between British colonies, Cardona and the rest of the United Kingdom. People allegedly working for Mr. Bernadotti's company were previously linked to a number of unlawful activities, including robbery, violence, racketeering, and blackmailing. Mr. Bernadotti was called in for questioning a witness, since there was no tangible evidence available to serve any charges. During the questioning carried out by myself and Officer Booth, Mr. Bernadotti claimed to be unaware of any operations and facts provided by our source. No information could be obtained in his activities before he moved to Britain, documented or otherwise. As Mr. Bernadotti claims, up until 1873 he lived in Sicilia, Italy, and where he had a vending business until he moved to London and began importing goods. Conclusion: it is not possible to incriminate Mr. Bernadotti with anything connected to the case. Inspector Herbert Ryder.
An impressive slice of life. The police had a lot on him, and at the same time, nothing at all. Amateurs.
Here. Okay, well we are at 54 minutes, so I think... He's so dramatic when he goes downstairs. I think we'll stop here, and we'll pick up next time when we go to Mr. Bernadotti's place. So, thank you for coming along once again. That girl there is having a bad day, and I will catch